welcome to another episode of News You Missed with me, Devika Devan. Today we look at a quiet yet monumental economic and geopolitical shift that is taking place right across the Arabian Sea. Now, while the world's attention is locked onto flashy international blockades and trade disputes, a major trade agreement between India and Oman has officially come into force. The landmark Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, also known as a CEPA, officially went live today, setting off what experts call a brand new era for India's trade resilience and energy security. Now, on the surface, the numbers are already historic. Under this brand new deal, Oman has granted India immediate 100% duty-free market access across a staggering 98.08% of its product categories. This effectively, viewers, covers over 99% of India's current exports to the country by value. From day one, the baseline 5% import tariff on over $3.6 billion worth of Indian goods has been completely wiped out. The central government has set an official target to boost merchandise exports to Oman by 50% over the next 3 years, aiming to push trade past the $6 billion mark and eventually scale it up to $10 billion. Everything from engineering goods, textiles and electronics to gems and jewelry will now enter Oman completely duty-free. But if you look beyond the basic trade data, there are several deeply fascinating aspects to this deal as well that regular news reports have completely glossed over. There are elements that reveal why this particular agreement is a masterful chess move by New Delhi. First, let's look at the incredible fast tracking of Indian pharmaceuticals. For the first time, Oman has agreed to a revolutionary 90-day marketing authorization system for Indian medical products. If an Indian pharmaceutical product or vaccine has already been approved by major global agencies like the US FDA or the UK Health Ministry, Oman will clear it for local distribution within 3 months without requiring prior domestic inspections. This is an absolute game changer for India's medical exporters. It cuts down years of red tape. Secondly, consider the massive impact on agricultural exports. Right now, India holds a staggering 90.3% share of Oman's imported fresh egg market and a 94% share of its boneless bovine meat market. By slashing duties on these items down to zero, India is essentially locking down its absolute dominance in Oman's food supply chain. On the flip side, Indian consumers will get cheaper, high-quality dates, as India is offering zero duty access to 2,000 tons of Omani dates every year, alongside traditional Omani products like, some essential oils that are used in perfumes, so on and so forth. But the real story here isn't just about dates, textiles, or medicines. The true significance of this pact actually lies in a single, unshakable reality: geography. Why is Oman so strategically vital to India right now? Look at the map of the Middle East. Right now, the ongoing geopolitical conflicts involving Israel and the US and Iran have made freight movement through the highly volatile Strait of Hormuz incredibly risky and congested. Most Gulf nations are completely dependent on shipping through that narrow choke point. If the Strait of Hormuz closes, global energy supplies halt, which is exactly what's happening right now. Oman, viewers, is the geographical exception. Much of Oman's coastline sits completely outside the Strait of Hormuz, opening up directly into the Arabian Sea and the Gulf of Oman. This means major Omani deepwater ports like the port of Salah and the port of Duqm can keep operating seamlessly even if the entire Strait of Hormuz is disrupted by war. We've already seen this play out in the data over the last year. So as regional tensions escalate, India's trade with major Gulf economies has dropped sharply. Imports from the region have fallen from $15 billion down to under $10 billion. But Oman was the stunning exception to the rule. India's imports from Oman actually surged by an unbelievable 246%, jumping from $400 to $30 million to nearly $1.5 billion. Driven heavily by crude oil and urea. By signing this CEPA, India and Oman have officially secured a dependable, bypass pipeline for their energy and trade security, whether it is securing steady industry imports like methanol and ammonia, ensuring oil flows smoothly, or moving ahead with plans for the Middle East India deepwater pipeline. Oman has become India's primary gateway to the Middle East and East Africa. It's a relationship backed by over 7 lakh Indian nationals who live in Oman, and a shared history that has now been codified into a powerful shield against global supply chain chaos. That's all the news that I have for you for now. Thank you for watching.